Ever since I published my Swipe 1 review the day that it launched on AppSumo, they've actually made some pretty big updates, particularly with the AI features. So I wanted to share those updates with you in this video. Now, my Swipe 1 review that I published earlier is pretty detailed, so definitely check that out by clicking the link on the corner of this video and down in the description. By the way, if you are on the hunt for the best AppSumo deals, including other must-have SaaS tools for digital entrepreneurs to grow your business, I've compiled a list in this Notion doc. Now you can get this completely free by clicking the link in my description. Now, one of the biggest gripes I had with Swipe 1 when it launched was the fact that it was hard to contact support. Now on the bottom left-hand corner, the link for help and support still does not work, but they did include a link to the intercom integration right here. Unfortunately, they didn't reply to my message I sent a few days ago, but at least they did include the intercom integration on the bottom right-hand corner. And another thing I noticed was that the pipelines feature is no longer here. I guess they are still working on it and they might have removed it for the time being. But what is new is this AI agents feature. So this is one of their main selling points. You could use AI as your own personal onboarding agent, where it will set up and configure your workspace by gathering information about your business and goals. You could use an AI agent to create email campaigns, ideal customer profiles for your business, have it write tweets, LinkedIn posts, even research leads and qualify leads. Let's try the onboarding agent. I'm going to click on Start New Job. Okay, so it says, since this is your first time here, I'll help gather some information about the lead tagger, which is my company, and your preferences to ensure we can provide you with the best possible experience. I'd like to gather a few more details. Could you confirm your role, and could you share your LinkedIn profile and my company's LinkedIn company page URL? And since the language preference wasn't specified, what language would you prefer for our communications? Okay, so let me share this information with the onboarding agent. Okay, so I said I'm the owner of Lead Tagger. I included my LinkedIn profile, my company's LinkedIn profile, and I said I speak English, and I'm gonna hit enter and let's see what it provides us with. So it is currently browsing through my website and LinkedIn profiles. Okay, so it found all my information and it says, based on all the information gathered, let me generate an ideal customer profile for Lead Tagger to better understand your target market. So it generated my ICPs and it's now storing that information in both the business and user reports. Okay, so it generated a business report for me. This is my company overview and everything looks pretty accurate. This is my core business, my services, unique selling propositions, my process, market position, so on and so forth. Okay, so it seems like it really pulled all the information from my website, and it seems like everything is stored in my business and user reports. So I'm not exactly sure what else this will do, but let's go back. Okay, so now that it gathered all my essential information, let's click on the email campaign creator. I'm gonna start a new job. Okay, so since I provided all of my company information in the previous chat, now it wants me to ask a few more questions to ensure it creates the most effective campaign. Okay, so that's why the first chat was so important, because it needs to know a little bit more about my business. So now it seems like I need to answer these 4 questions. Okay, so I answered the first one, so promoting my SEO services. And number 2, my target audience are new prospects in Southern California. And my third answer is a free consultation. And for number 4, I prefer simple text-based emails. So this is the copy that it proposed for us. So it gave us 3 subject line options. Now, before it generates the full email, it's asking me which subject line style appeals to you most. And then it previews and says, for the email body, I plan to highlight your 6+ years of experience and 40+ optimized websites, so on and so forth. Would you like me to proceed with generating a simple text-based email incorporating those elements? I can also adjust any of these focus points based on your preferences. Also, should we include both contact numbers, or do you have a preferred number for prospects to reach you? Okay, I really like how they ask clarifying questions as well, and they kind of tell you exactly what they plan to do for the actual email. So it's kind of like you are communicating with an actual, person. You're having a natural conversation, which I think is pretty nice. Okay, now I'm going to respond in a more natural way. So I said I like the third option. I actually have 13 years of experience versus 6 years. And regarding the phone number, I said, please use the 213 number. Now I'm gonna click enter and let's see what it replies with. Okay, so it says, thank you for the correction. I'll generate a simple email using the third subject line option and update your experience to 13 years. Let me create that for you now. Okay, so this is the email. So this is the subject line. This is the body. So, hi there, are you a business in Southern California looking to enhance your online presence with over 13 years of experience and 40 plus optimized websites, so on and so forth. And then this is the call to action with my phone number and my website. Best regards, the lead tagger team. And then it also provided the text in this chat as well. And now it says, would you like me to make any adjustments? Proceed with drafting the campaign as is. Try a different approach entirely. Okay, so I think this email is all right. I think, of course, you need to continue to work with the AI to massage the copy further to make it sound more like your voice and your brand. But I do like how the flow is, how it asks you questions, it wants to clarify certain things with you. So I think that's pretty helpful with this AI agent. Please proceed with the campaign. Okay, so it says campaign has been created and saved to draft. Let me wrap this up and mark the job as complete. Job complete. Job complete. Your email campaign has been successfully created and saved as a draft. The campaign features your approved copy with all of these details. Is there anything else you need assistance with? Now, I cannot reply back to the AI. It just says conversation closed. I wish there was an option for me to actually close the conversation myself, but it actually automatically closed. Okay, now I'm very curious as to how the campaign looks like. So I'm gonna click on campaigns. So let me click into this. And okay, so this is the subject and this is the email body. So it's exactly like what the AI generated for us. Now, one thing I'm questioning are these stars here. Not exactly sure why they added it there, maybe to emphasize these details, but I don't think it really looks too natural. And I'm not sure why they included the subject inside the body copy, so I'm just going to delete that. And then per usual, we can edit the text however we want, including the formatting. Like say, for example, I want to bold this, I could bold that. And if I click on this gear icon, I can edit the spacing, the alignment, the text color, the font, so on and so forth. And what's also new is this icon right here, this blue icon. Let me click on that. And it says, what would you like to create email about? And it says, any existing content will be replaced. Okay, so this is another way where you can generate an email using AI. So I don't think it's that AI agent flow. This basically allows you to give it a simple prompt and then it'll generate an email for you. So I'm gonna say, create a simple email that is 150 characters long, asking dentists if they are interested in my services. Now, I'm not going to mention the exact services. I want to see if it pulls from the information I gave it earlier when I was chatting with it. So let's see what happens. I'm going to generate email. Okay, so this is it. It's very short. So are you interested in enhancing your online presence with our SEO, PPC, and digital marketing services? Let's connect. Okay, so it did pull my services accurately. So it's nice how they know exactly who you are and what you do. But other than that, I feel like this definitely needs some big updates. It didn't mention anything about dentists or anything like that. Now, if I highlight it, unfortunately, there is no way to use the AI to expand on this or edit the text. From what I could see, we could just change the colors here. Now, if I click on dynamic text, I can just choose any dynamic field, but there's no way to use the AI to continue where it left off or to create a new copy below it. Now, if I click on the icon again, it just pulls the old prompt that I gave it. So I really wish there was a way to have the AI tell the AI to continue. I know Notion does allow you to kind of highlight things and use the AI to add more text or to edit the text. So I hope they include that feature in a future update. Now, another update I wanted to share with you is in the workflows. So let me open up this workflow. Okay, so there are a couple of new features added. The first one is this AI context feature. So let me click on that. Now this is context for AI. So add specific details about your workflow and any other useful information. So I'm going to say this workflow is about sending an email to people who want my free checklist. Now let me click on save. Now it's updating. Okay, so AI context has been updated. Now my flow is exactly the same, but I feel like this AI context is just information that you can feed the AI so that you can use the other AI features. So you can see here, this is new, personalized sales email, and these other tools are coming soon. So AI agent, lead finder, and search and scrape. So I think that AI context is for these other coming soon features. Now, one thing I'm noticing is the details I gave it disappeared. So not sure if it got deleted or if it already has that context. So that's one thing I just noticed, is that the context that I added disappeared. Now let's try this personalized sales email. Now I currently have this A/B test. Now let me delete this and also delete this first email and this second email. And let me connect the sales email, my inbox, to this personalized email, and I'm going to click to set up, and we can send personalized email based on the context. So from email, select a member. So I'm going to click myself. Now for whatever reason, I am trying to click on it. Okay, there we go. Now email context. So add specific details about sales email that AI wouldn't know otherwise. Okay, so I'm going to say this is the free checklist that I want to share with them. So I'm going to add a link to my checklist. Now this is in reference to this landing page right here. So whenever someone fills out this form, then this workflow will trigger. And this is the email context. Now let me click on save. Okay, so it says about, this is the free checklist that I want to share with them. Okay, now let me click on test email. I'm going to add my email, click on generate email. Okay, so it says an error occurred while generating the email. Let me try again. Okay, so I'm still getting an error. Now let me see if I can maybe change the email context. Maybe they don't accept URLs in the email context. So let me just say I will send them an email in one day with the link to the checklist. Let's see if that has any difference. Let me save it and click on test email. Okay, an error occurred while generating the email. So I'm not sure if it's something that I am doing here or if it is a bug. So that's something that we need to keep in mind. So unfortunately, I don't think this works, but actually let me fill out this form, get access now, and let's see if I get this personalized sales email. Okay, so this is the email that I received. So this is, a customized, personalized sales email. So this is the subject line. Now I didn't create any of this, okay? So the AI generated it by itself. So it says, your free lead tagger checklist is ready. Hey there, just wanted to let you know that your free lead tagger checklist is ready. It's packed with actionable tips to boost your business growth. Link to checklist. So unfortunately, there is no link to the checklist. So I'm thinking it tried to pull the information that I sent initially. Now, if I click into the personalized sales email, so I'm thinking it was trying to pull the URL initially, but it's not there anymore. So maybe that's why it didn't add it. I definitely want to continue testing this out just to see what other content it can generate for the email. But I do think this feature is pretty cool. But in terms of the body copy itself, it's okay. I don't think this is something that I personally would write by myself. I think I would need to train the AI with more information and also add more email context just to make sure the email is exactly what I want to send out. But at this stage, I don't feel too comfortable having an AI generate an email for me, but I do expect the AI to get better and better in the coming months. Now, I also wanted to touch on the one-off email campaigns. So this is this one right here, campaign 3. I just sent it earlier today before I was recording. So this is the email. I was able to send this because my domain was finally verified on Monday. So this email was successfully sent. So this is the email, the template that was in swipe 1. And at the bottom, this is what I wanted to focus on is I can click on the unsubscribe. Before I wasn't able to from a workflow email, but the unsubscribe link here is working and the powered by swipe 1 branding is still there. Now, let me show you how to remove that branding. So if I click onto workspace settings and scroll down, they finally added the option to disable swipe 1 branding from emails. So it removes swipe 1 branding from all emails sent to your workspace. So I'm gonna toggle that on. Now let me quickly create another campaign so you can see how it all works. So I'm gonna click create new campaign. I'm gonna name it and then choose the email type. Let's do rich emails. Now let's preview this one right here. Okay, I kind of like it. So I'm gonna click on use template. I'm gonna put my from name and then the from email. So my domain is verified. So I'm gonna put the from email right here. And then the segment, I'm gonna click the ClickFunnels segment. This is the subject line. So I'm gonna say, here is your checklist. We can edit this email however we want. We just click on it, change the spacing, text color, so on and so forth. And if we click on this plus icon, we can add other things like other headings, other elements, and add an image. Now, a new thing here is this blue icon on the right-hand side, the same as what we saw before. So I'm gonna click on this. So what would you like to create email about? So I'm gonna say, create an email welcoming them to my newsletter and encouraging them to click the link to my checklist. So I'm gonna click generate email. Okay, so it completely replaced that template and it generated this. Now the basic parts of the template is still there, kind of like this cream color background is still there. And then this colored button is still there as well. So it says, welcome to the Lead Tagger newsletter. We're excited to have you join our community. You'll find valuable insights on SEO, PPC, social media management, and more. To get started, we've prepared a handy checklist just for you. It's designed to help you streamline your marketing efforts and ensure you're on the right track. Download your checklist. So I think this is actually not too bad. It reads really well. It pulled information from my business, and I like how it already added a button here where I can add a link to my checklist. And what's interesting is that it actually added a URL. So leadtagger.com checklist. Now this isn't a real URL, but I think it's pretty cool how they kind of guessed what the URL is and then added it to my button. And then of course we can update how the button looks like as well, like the border, the color, typography, so on and so forth. And now what you notice is that the swipe 1 branding is no longer there. That button is no longer there. But of course the unsubscribe is still there. Now I really wish there was a way to edit this footer. Like I usually like to add some information before the unsubscribe link. There might be a way to do it, but I've been kind of clicking around. I couldn't find a way to edit this bottom portion as of yet. I also checked in the global styles, but there was no way for me to edit that footer. Okay, now let's click on schedule send. So we can schedule it for a future date and time or send now. Now let me click on send now. So now it is sending to all the contacts that are in the ClickFunnels segment. So in the people, so you need to create a segment, you need to create a filter, select a filter, and then add a segment. Okay, so let me go back to campaigns. So it is still sending. Okay, so it is sent, and this is the email. So unfortunately, the logo is broken. I might need to fix that. But the text is here and the design looks more or less the same as what we saw on swipe 1. Now let me click on download your checklist. Okay, so it does lead to my 404 error page, which makes sense because that checklist URL is not a real URL. Now we can see here open rate is 100%. I did click on the button, but the click rate is not showing any number. But let me refresh and see if that updates. Okay, so click rate is 25%. Now let me click on the actions and view analytics. Okay, so this is the analytics view. So the open rate is 100, click rate is 25%, 4 emails are delivered, 0 failed. We can see the total number of emails delivered over time, and then the number of people who unsubscribed. And these are the specific records here, so you know exactly which emails were delivered to the specific email, who opened it, and who clicked on it. Now, I really wish there was a way to click on the email to open up their profile and kind of view their information in this view, but unfortunately, that currently is not an option. We would need to manually go in here and then see all of this information. And this activity is completely accurate. So I did receive the email and then I did open it, and it shows you when the actions took place. And then if we click on to show details, we can see the subject and the from, just to give us some additional context about the email that was delivered and the one that was opened. Now I also want to see what happens when I click the unsubscribe link, because now it does work. Now let me click on unsubscribe. Okay, so it says you are successfully unsubscribed. You won't receive mail from this sender. So it's a one-click unsubscribe. So there's no kind of like a second step that you see in some email marketing providers where they kind of ask you to confirm. It's a one-click unsubscribe, and this is how it looks like. Now let me refresh and let's see if it actually shows that I unsubscribed. So it's not saying, now let me check this table. So if I scroll, okay, so now, yep, I did unsubscribe and it is showing right here for this email. So email marketing consent, yep. So these first 3 are subscribed, but the one that I just unsubscribed, it does show here accurately. Now let me go back to campaigns and yep, so unsubscribe is 25%. Let me click on view analytics and it is updated right here. So number of people who unsubscribed, 1. So the analytics is accurate and it does update in real time. Now I really wish there was a way to delete campaigns. So it seems like the ones that were sent, I cannot delete, but the ones that are in draft, I can delete them. Now, I'm not sure if you remember in my first swipe 1 review, I did mention that this particular one was stuck at sending. I cannot delete it. I tried refreshing, but for whatever reason, this is just going to be stuck in sending. I might need to contact support to see what they could do with this particular campaign. Okay, so those were the biggest updates I wanted to share with you. Now, if you are interested in Swipe 1, you can get lifetime access to this tool with a one-time payment, and it is available for a limited time only. Now, this offer is exclusive to Plus members, so be sure to join Plus to take advantage of this particular deal. And when you do join Plus, you will get 10% off these prices, okay? So it will be a little bit cheaper than what you see here, but after early access ends, it'll open up to everyone and the prices will increase. So if you are interested in this tool, definitely grab it before early access ends. So I hope you enjoyed my updated Swipe 1 review. If you did, smash that like button and also subscribe to my channel. And if you want free access to my must-have SaaS tools Notion spreadsheet, click the link in my description. And if you want to check out my other videos, feel free to click any of the ones on the screen, and I will see you in the next one.